Hey hustlers, Miles here. Hope you're having a great day. In today's video, we're going to talk about books every Etsy seller needs to read. Let's get into it. So welcome back to Hustle Endeavor. Please like, subscribe and hit the notification bell if you like this video. If you're new here on this channel, we're all about building successful brands online for more money, more freedom and a better future. And where we're currently building our brand is Etsy. So let's get into the topic of the video. Now, you can probably see in my office, I've got a huge amount of books. I'm a massive proponent of reading. It wasn't always like this. You know, when I was at my 9 to 5, you know, I never read any books. You know, I really wasn't someone that thought there was any benefit from reading. And it wasn't until someone I looked up to kind of recommended kind of a sort of self-help book that I started to get into it, and I started to see the real benefits of it. And you know, reading books has really changed my life, you know, for the better. I think you should always be reading if you're really looking to better yourself as an entrepreneur, and especially if you're trying to build a successful brand online. And you know, as Warren Buffett says, the more you learn, the more you earn. So here's my top books that I believe every Etsy seller should read if they want to be successful. So number 1. Okay, so the first book that ever got recommended to me that sort of, I suppose, really changed my life, enabled me to have a focus, and really know how to sort of push my life forward, was this book, Goals by Brian Tracy. Basically, it's all about setting goals. And you know, before I read this, I wasn't a goal setter. I never set goals. And since reading this, it's something I do on a yearly, monthly, and even daily basis. And one part of the book really resonated with me. It basically did a study, which it tells you about in this book, with Harvard students between, I think it was, let me just check, 1979 and 1989, right? And they basically asked the students, have you set clear written goals for your future, and have you made plans to accomplish them? Okay, so what it turned out that only 3% of the graduates had written goals and plans, 13% had goals, but they didn't write them down, and 84% had no specific goals at all. Okay, then they came back 10 years later, the researchers, to see how these particular graduates were getting on, right? And they found that the 13% who had goals that were not in writing were earning on average twice as much as the 84% of students who had no goals at all, okay? But what they found most surprising, right, was that the 3% of graduates that had clear written goals when they left Harvard were earning on average 10 times more than the 97% of the other graduates. I like to see goals as like having a map, you could say. So, you know, if we was out at sea on a ship and we was trying to navigate, if we didn't have no direction, no goal, we would just be swept along where the sea takes us, right? But if we had a clear goal, we knew where we was going, we could better be able to steer that ship. And that's exactly why goals are so important. If we don't have any goals, life will just take you where it wants, okay? You know, but knowing where you want, knowing what your goals are, helps you sort of steer your life in the right direction, okay? So if you're looking to learn all about goals and how to write them properly and all that sort of stuff, I truly recommend this book, and especially if you're trying to grow your Etsy store in 2019, this is a really important book, okay? So number 2, okay, Purple Cow by Seth Godin. Now, I've spoken about this on my channel before, but I'm a huge fan of Seth Godin. He's he's a great marketer. He really sort of tells you straight, essentially. And Purple Cow essentially is about being a purple cow. And he makes the analogy in the book that, you know, if you was driving through a farm and you saw a bunch of cows, the purple cow is essentially where your attention is going to go. And with all the competition now across the internet, there's more and more people coming into it, especially on Etsy. There's loads of sellers, you need to be able to stand out. You need to be different, and it really gets your mindset in the right place to be able to be that purple cow on Etsy, and stand out, which is going to be really, really important if you want customers to see your products in the Etsy lineup, and you want them to resonate with you. So I'd recommend Purple Cow. So the final book is The One Thing by Gary Keller, The Surprising Truth Behind Extraordinary Results. And this is a really good book, and it's something that I preach a lot on this channel, and it's about focus, okay? The main takeaway from this book is that multitasking is a lie, okay? People that multitask and they're trying to do loads of different things at once are 9 times out of 10 going to be less productive and less successful than people that know what that one thing is, and they spend their days working on the one thing, or the thing that's going to drive the majority of their results in their business or life or whatever. So it's about focusing on that thing that gives you the biggest bang for your buck, and that's The One Thing, and that is a fantastic read. So those are my books I think every Etsy seller should read. A fantastic book. So I'll definitely give you a step up from the competition. If you really want to take your Etsy business to the next level in 2019, you really want to know what to focus on that's going to give you that massive bang for your buck, check out my free masterclass. Links in the description. About an hour long, and it's completely free to attend. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you find those books useful. Keep hustling, and I'll see you in the next one.